set Bempton up as a ringing site in 2018. Prior to that, we'd done bits and pieces, so I'd done some nest box monitoring with John McEachen, my trainer, and a few tested the kind of site with a few mist nets. We love tree sparrows at Bempton. We're really lucky to have a thriving population of tree sparrows. We do a lot for them, so not just about seabirds here. We do actually have about 30 hectares of grassland which we manage, rough grasslands and scrub. So the scrub is really good for tree sparrows, for nesting in, for foraging, for roosting in, and the grassland is good. Lots of habitat for invertebrates. We provide year-round supplementary feeding in our feeding station, which is really important. So those hard kind of winter months when they really do struggle, and that kind of first winter survival rates. We also provide lots of nest boxes, so if there isn't already enough habitat, we've got about 60 nest boxes which we monitor. So we do a big program of nest recording which goes to the BTO's nest recording scheme, and the tree sparrows seem to be thriving here, which is great. So yeah, really proud of those people. They come and see puffins, but they're also just as excited to see tree sparrows. Sadly, like a lot of species, it's undergone huge declines. I'd have to fact check my figures, but something like about 95% decline since 1960. So in that kind of, 1940 to 1990 period, they've suffered huge declines through various reasons, but unfortunately kind of farming practices and changes in how land is managed has had a big negative impact, and they've almost vanished from certain places in the south. But certainly here, just locally, like Flamborough, Filey, Bempton and into the Wolds, they seem to be holding on, and we just try and do everything we can for them. There are several projects which have been running at the Flamborough and Filey coast seabird colony. For a long time there's been tracking of kittiwakes, so using various different loggers to see where they forage during chick rearing, which is really crucial. Then in addition to that, there's also been some tracking work on gannets, so understanding how they use the marine environment when they're raising chicks. And then very recently we've started a retrapping adults for survival project on kittiwakes at Flamborough, which is a really important tool for understanding adult survival and how that fits in with productivity, colony growth. So it's kind of giving us that bigger picture of what's happening to kittiwakes, because they are, not only are they red listed, but they're almost like an expression which has been used before, the canary in the mine. So they are really sensitive to changes in the marine environment. So if something's happening with kittiwakes and there's something going on, and you can see that change really quickly. Oh, absolutely. So just recently, one of our colour-ringed kittiwakes from this year has already been seen off the east coast of Ireland, which is quite interesting. So it obviously finished breeding and then just headed round into the Irish Sea. We've had a recovery from Aberdeen last year, which was interesting. And then gannets, there is a gannet breeding at Bempton which was ringed on Guernsey or Jersey, one of the two, which was discovered when we did the tracking project. So we discovered it had a ring on, and it was originally ringed at that colony, so it obviously was born there, and it's chosen Bempton as its home. So that was fascinating, yeah.